So, hi everybody, this is Alvito, and welcome to the Study and Work Abroad channel. Today, I'm going to be talking about unique courses that you can study in New Zealand. I'm going to be talking about a bunch of courses that are specialized only to New Zealand and unique to New Zealand from a study perspective and from a career perspective. And what are the courses that are most in demand and the career opportunities that are there in New Zealand. So, stick around till the end. It's going to take me a few minutes, but this video will really help students who are looking to study in New Zealand and looking to work and migrate to New Zealand. But before I start, let me tell you about the structure of how New Zealand education is structured. There are three main higher education institutes. The first and the biggest are the universities. The second are what are called the polytechnics or the institutes of technology. These are government run and owned institutes of technology that run mainly engineering and vocational courses, even business and all of the vocational related programs, especially with regard to technology. The third are the private colleges. There are many private colleges all over the country of New Zealand, a lot of them running business courses, IT courses, computer science courses, management programs. And all of these come under what is called the NZQA. The NZQA is the qualifying authority or the regulatory authority for all institutes in New Zealand. Now, all of these institutes, whether they are the polytechnics or the universities or the private colleges, they all run programs at diploma level, bachelor's degree, postgraduate diploma, master's degree. The universities run also the PhDs that do research, that mainly do research in various areas for the government and for the global CNET. So what are the courses that are unique only to New Zealand? Of course, these courses are available all over the world, but I'm going to talk about 3 or 4 courses that are specialized in New Zealand. The industries are specialized in New Zealand, and the work opportunities are huge in the country of New Zealand. The first and foremost is hospitality and tourism. New Zealand as a country is highly dependent on tourism. It's one of the largest tourist destinations for the entire world, even though a very small country with a very small population. The tourism opportunities in New Zealand are huge. Adventure tourism, just general tourism and family tourism is very big for people coming from the US, from North America, from Europe, from Asia. A lot of Indians go to New Zealand for adventure tourism as well as just as a tourist destination. So there's a lot of jobs available in the hospitality and tourism sector, and universities, private colleges and polytechnics all run courses at diploma and at master's and bachelor's levels in hospitality and tourism management. The next course I'm going to talk about is supply chain and logistics management. Why is this course in supply chain logistics management so high in demand? It's because the profession of logistics and supply chain is highly lucrative. The country of New Zealand is dependent highly on its exports and imports. It exports pretty much everything that it produces. It imports a lot of goods from all over the world to sustain their economy. So professionals in logistics and supply chain are in high demand because of the export-import that happens in New Zealand. This is, of course, unique to New Zealand and a profession unique to New Zealand. Students from business backgrounds, commerce backgrounds, even from the science and engineering backgrounds will look to study supply chain and logistics management in New Zealand, and it becomes a very lucrative career in the country of New Zealand. A lot of the Hollywood movies, especially the animated movies like Avatar, have been made in New Zealand. It's a huge hub for Hollywood movies, for the whole industry, and New Zealand acts like a back office as well as a design hub for Hollywood. So students who are interested to study film production, film design, media design, there are really good universities, really good courses that are offered in New Zealand in the film and design industry. The next is my favorite topic, and that is agriculture and food and wine. Now, there are master's degrees and bachelor's degrees, each in agribusiness, in food innovation, in viticulture and winemaking. And this is because New Zealand is very highly skilled in all of these industries. I'll talk about agribusiness. The agriculture in New Zealand is very advanced. The technologies used in New Zealand that are innovated and started in New Zealand are used all over the world. Universities like Lincoln University, Victoria University, Canterbury University, the University of Auckland all have agribusiness and agriculture precision management degrees that teach you about technologies in agriculture that can maximize produce of agricultural products, and this is unique only to New Zealand. Food innovation. This is a very unique degree to New Zealand and highly lucrative because of the food industry and the innovative products and innovative techniques of food management, food production that happens in New Zealand. When I talk about food, I'm talking about dairy, milk, and all of the other associated industries with regard to food. Lincoln University, Massey University have got very highly globally ranked degrees in food innovation that students can study to get placed in all of these big food companies, both in New Zealand as well as globally. The last I'll talk about is sports management and recreation. New Zealand, even though being such a small country, is huge in sports. We Indians, as cricket fans, know that New Zealand is one of the top countries for cricket. Rugby is their national sport, and sport management and recreation is a very large industry. They have professional sports across all of their sports, from cricket to rugby sevens to hockey, even athletics. A lot of professional clubs, professional sportsmen need to be managed. So sports management and recreation becomes a very large industry. There are master's and bachelor's degrees in sports management and recreation that students can study to get placed with sports management teams as sports managers, as we're in various other aspects with regard to sports management, sports coaches, sports and exercise science. All of the related industries are very large in New Zealand. Again, why do I say it's unique to New Zealand? Because of the skills that New Zealanders have in these universities and the degrees that are taught in a very unique manner that are unique only to New Zealand. This is what makes such a small country so big in sport, because of their abilities with management of sports persons and sports and the sports industry in general. And then, of course, there are the general programs: computer science, IT, fintech is a very large industry that is growing now in New Zealand. The marketing degrees, marketing analytics, all of the general degrees, not necessarily unique to New Zealand, but all of these are available in all of the top universities, the polytechnics, and the private colleges. So there you have it, just a gist of some of the unique courses that you can study in New Zealand. The intakes in New Zealand happen in February and July. All universities, all polytechnics, all private colleges have an intake starting in the months of February and July. There are also some courses that start in the month of April and November. You can start making your application 3 or 4 months prior to that, or even earlier. You need an IELTS 6 band if you're studying a bachelor's degree, 6.5 if you're studying a master's degree. To qualify to the top universities like Lincoln, University of Auckland, Massey University, you need to have a first class in your bachelor's degree. There are scholarships available across all of these universities for deserving students. The bachelor's degree needs you to have a first class in your 12th standard. There are some exceptions made. Get in touch with Study and Work Abroad to understand the process to study to New Zealand. We will counsel you for your particular industry and your profession and how you can take your career forward. Thank you for listening to me, and I look forward to seeing you in my next video.